afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Jeannie. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist and a certified personal trainer. Welcome to my channel. A little background of myself. I am a nutritionist, obviously. I am sole owner of the business Nutriversal Fitness, which is the same title of my channel, just to keep it easy for you guys. But I asked a question on my social the other day just to get some feedback from you guys about just different things that you guys want to know about. What I asked was, what confuses you the most about nutrition? And I got a good range of answers, but there were a couple that really stood out as like being pretty common. So I'm just gonna jump into it because I want to let you guys know the answers to these questions to, you know, alleviate some of the confusion so you can make better informed choices. So the keto versus low carb, somebody asked what the difference was. And the main difference is the carb daily allowance. So macro ratios really depend on the person. The way it's calculated is specifically per person. However, keto diet itself only allows for 23 grams of net carbs. Net carbs is the carb count minus the fiber content, because your body doesn't actually digest fiber. It's nature's broom. It's what solidifies everything in your intestines to be able to come out. 23 net carbs or less for the body to go into ketosis. Now that is the keto diet, and that's to naturally put the body into a state of ketosis. And there are supplements you can get. If you don't want to go full keto, you can take supplements to go into ketosis, but that's a whole nother topic that I don't want to go into right now. I'm just going to answer the question. So ketosis is where the liver starts making ketones from triglycerides, which are fat cells that have been stored. The liver starts to pull them from your fat storage and uses them as an energy source instead of the body's preferred energy source, which is glycogen, which is created from carbs. The low carb diet allows up to 55 grams of net carbs daily. So the body doesn't ever go into ketosis. So you don't have that shift of energy burning state into ketosis. It continues to use glycogen as its primary energy source. And I don't know if you know this, but we all need energy to be able to move and function and think. Like the brain uses more carbs and fat than anything else in our body. But I digress. You don't go into ketosis with low carb, but it does limit the sugar intake the same way that keto does, which lowers your insulin response, which is going to lower and decrease fat storage. So if you're not storing fat and you're in a caloric deficit, both of those go hand in hand. You have to be not storing fat, so not a lot of insulin, which means no sugars. Not no, but just small amounts of sugar. Body only needs 4 grams of sugar for 90 minutes of life. And I don't know if you know this, but a can of Coke has 54 grams of sugar. Just think about that. All that excess, all the 50 grams of sugar gets immediately stored into your fat cells for later, which is why sugar is so bad. Like, you immediately store it. You don't need that much. Anyway, if you're in a caloric deficit and you don't have that insulin spike and you're not storing fat, you're gonna lose weight. So if you just want to do low carb, you're gonna lose weight. It's a slower process than, you know, going into ketosis, because ketosis automatically starts burning your fat. With both of them, they help with mood stabilization because you don't have the insulin spikes. Insulin is what triggers cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So if you don't have insulin spiking in your bloodstream, you're not gonna have cortisol spikes. You're gonna have less anxiety, less irritability, irrational behaviors, outbursts, anger, things like that. So it really just stabilizes your mood. I try to keep my insulin as low as possible because I'm insulin sensitive and I will get angry if I eat sugar. So keep that in mind. Everybody's different. Everybody's body is different. We all process things differently. There's that question. Another question somebody asked was, should I count calories or try to just avoid fat when trying to eat healthier? And the short answer is calories in versus calories out. Like, you should be trying to burn more calories than you are taking in, which is eating. If you're eating less then you're in what's called a caloric deficit, and you will lose weight that way. I wouldn't necessarily try to avoid fat because fat-free foods still have a lot of calories in them. And fat and protein are the macros that are gonna be the most satiating to your body, which means it'll make you feel full for longer. So you don't wanna avoid fat or protein because, I mean, you need it to feel full. Otherwise, you're gonna feel constantly hungry. That and your brain needs fat, okay? In order to think, your brain needs fat. And there's a difference between good fats and bad fats. I can make another video on that if you wanna know. Just tell me in the comments and I can do that. But yeah, trans fat is bad. Unsaturated fats are good. So the next question that was asked was, how do I calculate my macros? I can answer that on an individual basis because it's different per person, because we all have different lifestyles, we all have different bodies. Your macro calculation is going to be different per person. The reason being is it factors in your current weight, your BMI, your body fat percentage in relation to your goal percentage. So if you're trying to gain body fat, that's, you know, going to be different from if you're going to try to lose body fat. Depends on your goal. It also depends on the weight of your lean muscle mass and your insulin sensitivity. So there's a lot of things that go into macro calculations. And if you want to have your macros calculated, you can visit my website, nutriversalfitness.com, and I can help you out with a custom plan to help you reach your wellness goals with a pretty straightforward, clear plan of what to do. And it's dependent on each person. I don't have a cut and paste plan that I send to everybody. Like, no, it's all customization. So if you want more information on that or just want a free consultation, just call me. The last question was, should I calculate my micronutrients? And my short answer is no. You should not be trying to calculate your micronutrients because that's way too much. You shouldn't really worry about your micronutrients as long as you're taking a professional grade, high quality multivitamin. And I did a whole video on my daily supplement routine. I can link it here or here, wherever it's gonna be, either side, it'll be up at the top here. I'll talk about my daily supplement routine and the multivitamin that I recommend to all of my clients because it is so like high quality and it's such a good product. I have a virtual dispensary for my practice through Fullscript, and my clients all have access to an amazing platform where they can search for all kinds of vitamins. I do specific recommendations depending on their wellness goals. There's protocols in there for immunity. There's a whole bunch of stuff. It is so cool. I love Fullscript. If you haven't checked it out, there's a link to that on my website as well, nutriversalfitness.com. Those were the most common questions that I got on that. So I just wanted to answer that for you guys. I'm gonna keep this video pretty short and sweet. I've got some things to do before the baby wakes up from a nap. So sorry for the delay in the videos. I know it's been like a couple weeks, but I've had some issues with my files transferring and I've lost some clips of a couple of my workouts. So yeah, there's a bit of a delay there, but I got you. We're gonna figure it out, we'll make it work. Anyway, if you like this type of video and you want to support your girl, like and subscribe and share it, save it, keep it, I don't know. Follow me on Instagram, it's just Nutriversal Fitness, and Facebook as well, it's just Nutriversal Fitness. Oh yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.